Hey guys, this is Gutsy here, bringing you another Gutsy's Way video, and as you can see by this here already, this is going to be Gutsy's Way Enigma. So it's actually pretty basic. The main purpose of this build is to get a fast Blink Dagger. That's about it. Nothing else fancy about that. Afterwards, you just go your standard Enigma items, Soul Ring, your boots. If you want, you could go mech, whatever. The main purpose is the Blink Dagger. There is, I do have my own Enigma build to go. I'm a very greedy Enigma player. So after I get my Blink, I get the Soul Ring right away. I get just brown boots. And after that, it's all about that, well, I might upgrade them to Arcane Boots. But after that, it's Refresher Sceptar. That's just my personal preference. But you could do whatever. You could go pretty much whatever after once you get the Blink. But the main purpose is the Blink Dagger. So, as you can see here, I have leveled conversions because this build only works in the jungle because Enigma is just a fantastic jungler. I want to put him off lane and stuff. I mean, he can do off lane, but this build is specifically for a jungle Enigma. You go 8 clarities and your conversions, your demonic conversions. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'll talk a bit about the build while I'm playing it, because this Blink Dagger is so fast that I will have it before 10 minutes, which is basically the length of how I want this video to do. So rather than just telling you about it, I'm going to show you how to actually just do it. And here we go. Let's start this game.
All right,
so I'm going to deny this because we're just going to do this the most crummiest way possible. Now, even though I have 8 clarities, you still do have some extra gold at the beginning of the game. So, if your team needs it, you could buy 1 courier and 1 ward. Or let's say they just need a courier, you could just buy a courier, you could buy some wards, whatever. It's fine to do that, it just slows the build down a little bit, but it doesn't slow it that much. So, that's another great thing about this build, is that you could still support with it. You're not, like, people who are watching are just be like, oh, you're teaching people not to support? Oh my gosh, you need to, like, blow up. But that's not true. There is flexibility. It's just you want to be as greedy as possible to get it as quickly as possible. So, this is just rough, by the way. You could do this a lot more liberal and religiously. But we're just going to do it this way. I'm just doing it very basic. And I just got my mana pot cancelled. That's something you do want to avoid. You have to micro with this build. And as you can see, I'm not even making my things attack. So I'm being very bad. So that was technically a waste of clarity. But I'm going to do this again. I level up stun next. And you want to micro your Eidolons too, as you see I'm poorly doing. But it is something that you do want to do. Preferably avoid fighting these until your Eidolons are a little bit higher level. Same with Wildkins. I think Satyrs are fine, and Centaurs are usually okay too. But yeah, I'll try and keep talking. But as I was saying, I did level my stun next, and I'm actually starting to fail pretty hard at this. Might not get it as quickly, and I might have to redo the video, but we'll see. You don't need to farm these because your other support, assuming you have another support, is going to be pulling and stuff. You don't farm these camps, but I'm just doing it just because I am. But see, Wilkins shouldn't be attacking them with level 1 conversions, but I'll do it anyways because I got so many. But just, you need a bit of micro and just know when to do your clarity pots. Like, you don't want to do a clarity pot right now when all these are dying. Like, just by time base they're dying. And you don't want to converge things that are low in HP like I just did there. So you're just farming it up, getting the Blink Dagger as soon as possible. The fastest I've ever gotten one is like, I think 5 minutes, maybe 4. But that's because I grabbed like EXP runes and stuff, which I denied the beginning one just to show you like worst case scenario and stuff. But yeah, you could get it, I'm pretty sure 4 minutes. Like if you get a kill or an EXP rune or an assist or something like that, it makes it go that much faster. But then again, there's always the downside to greedy builds. One of them being if you get ganked in woods, or let's say maybe you don't get ganked, but there's a bounty hunter who's in the woods just making your life a living nightmare. So that necessarily won't screw this build over like a lot of pros would think watching this, but it definitely does make it harder. Like, deaths is not a bad thing. I think I once had a game where I died 2 or 3 times early game because I had, I think, a Ricky and a bounty in my woods. Or maybe it was a Chen or something like that. Like, the Chen went and took over my woods instead. And I still got it at, like, 11 minutes, which is technically late, but it's still an early Blink Dagger. Now, the purpose of this build, once you get the Blink Dagger, is you're going to be level 6 or 7, and you're going to gank right away. You're going to have your Black Hole, you're going to have a Blink Dagger, and you're going to surprise an opponent instantly. Because if they don't have your woods scouted, or they haven't sent a bounty or whatever, they're not going to know that you have a Blink Dagger and Black Hole. And they're just going to, you're going to get an easy gank, you smoke up, you may have 100 gold extra, and you just blink and gank a lane. Now, preferably you want to gank multiples of heroes. Maybe you could gank just one hero with the Black Hole if, I'm trying to think, if it's like a really important target that needs to die or hasn't died. But preferably you want to go to the lane that has 2 bad guys. Oh, there goes my pot. And usually at least 2 good guys. Like you and 2 others. You can do it with just you and 1 other, depending on what the hero is, but if you have 2 others, it's gonna work out really nicely. And it's just gonna be great. Do not farm lane, no. This is pure jungle. And you could also buy support items along the way. Like, you don't have to just straight rush the blink. Like, look, it's 5 minutes. I'm already getting pretty close. I'm about 3/4 of the way there. So I'm probably going to have this one in the 7-minute range, which is later than what I wanted. My average is 6 minutes. That's when I'm really focused, not talking. I'm just popping clarities at the right time, which is the minute I summon conversions. Like right now is when I pop a clarity. And that's with perfect micro, not getting ganked. Not necessarily getting EXP rooms and stuff like that, but just things working out the way you want it. But not perfectly, but just they're working out. But like I said, latest could be like 11 minutes, and that's still really early. Like, and they're investing a lot to kill you too. That's taken away from the game. That other things they're supposed to be worried about. Like, it's pretty good. Like right now, I'm not gonna pop a mana pot because those are almost timed out. And right there, I'm not supposed to do that. Converge low HP creeps. But yeah, 2,100. I said about 7 minutes, so I got 30 seconds to hit that. And you want to micro, like, split them up so this guy doesn't start stomping like that. Or was that a fist pump? Yeah, he never actually stomped yet. Now he stomped. You don't want that to happen, so you would micro. And now, because they spawned, I would pop my other mana pot if I had one, but I canceled it. Notice how I don't have one. Send them to the lane, and I've got Blink Dagger. Now, I do have enough mana for Convergence, so I got my 7-minute Blink Dagger. But what I'm going to do is I am going to stay until I have no mana, which is right about now, and just get as much extra gold as possible. So I could buy TP to gank the lane. I don't know why it's not attacking that. So I'll buy TP and a smoke if I could afford it. But I'm just going to worry about the TP. So look at this. I've got Black Hole, Blink Dagger, 7 minutes, I'm level 7, so a level per minute, and I'm ready to go. Greedy as heck, but not that bad if it gets punished. Like I said, you could die 3 times and still have an 11-minute Blink Dagger. You have all these extra things to factor that could help, such as if teammates get kills. Let's say your teammate has detection, or you bought some detection, which slows down your blink, but makes it so you could kill the bounty that's in your woods. And, yeah. Then you get more gold and stuff like that. So anyways, blink Black Hole. Just want to kill this first. Hiya. So lots of mana. Blink Black Hole. Oh, that's why it's not working. There you go. 8-minute black hole, but it could have been earlier. Just TP to lane. Let's say I had 2 people in this lane. We're running dual lanes, and there's 2 in theirs. There's 3 because of a safe lane. I just sneak in the side over here, and my teammates are fighting, and then when they get close, bam, blink black hole. Now, I'm going to test something right now. I don't know if it'll work after the game has started. No, it doesn't look like it will. But I'm pretty sure you could do a Midnight Pulse and a black hole with the amount of mana. So 110, 275, that's 385. You technically can. You have 500 mana. And even if you go like 2 points of conversion and you max the Midnight Pulse, which I suggest only getting 1 level Malefice, which is at level 2. Basically, you don't just blink black hole. You blink Midnight Pulse and black hole. So you could shift Q it, or if you're really good at clicking, just your blink hotkey, just blink and then ER instantly on the same spot. You only just black hole if you think that they're gonna have a chance to cancel you. But being this being a surprise factor, this build, they're most likely not gonna have time to react properly and cancel your black hole. So you usually could get away with doing a Midnight Pulse and a black hole. No, none of the cheats are working. I'm pretty sure I put cheats on, but it's not working. So that's Gutsy's way of Enigma. And like I said, get your soul ring next, your boots, whatever. And you can start supporting. Like, let's say you want to go full greed and your team's okay with that, then you could just tell them, like, you know, after 8 minutes, I'm good to support. Like, I could support you now. You could slowly work on your soul ring and buy a few clarities to go back in the jungle and farm the support items, then work on your soul ring, stuff like that. Lots of options, lots of greed, but the big potential of a very early and unexpected blink dagger. Even if they expect it, it's hard to stop. Let's be honest, it's really hard to stop. So yeah, I'll provide stats and everything else in the description to help convince you that this is the right build you want to go. And until then, I will see you next time.